So, after what I think was a pretty successful transfer special in yesterday's episode, it's now time to see if the squad we've put together can keep us in the J2 League. Welcome to episode 26 of the Unemployed Journeyman with Fukushima United. Okay, so before we go any further, I just want to clear up one point from yesterday's episode where I did apply for 4 jobs. 2 of them we were turned down the second we applied for them. The other 2 jobs, which was I think IF Sirius and Bodo Glimt, we were turned down for both of them before the job interview thing took place. We never even got an interview for them, so at least we know we're not at that level for a job interview just yet. Let's have a look at our schedule. If you weren't here for yesterday's episode, we've had a pretty terrible pre-season. We have played a lot of J1 teams in here, as well as a couple of J3 and a couple of Nippon leagues, the league just below the J3. But yeah, we didn't have a particularly good pre-season in terms of results. However, in terms of transfers, if you were here for yesterday's episode, you will know about it. I'm not going to run through every single one again. If you want to know exactly what all of these look like, go back to yesterday's episode, have a look at that. But we had transfers out, has now gone up to 725,000. It was about 650, I think, by yesterday's episode. But since then, Shohei Mishima has gone to Royal in the J3 League for £75,000. We've also sold Yoshimaru, our goalkeeper, because he wanted to leave, basically. He's gone to Tokushima, who are in the J2 League with us, for 190,000, and then Sendai have taken Sakada away from us for £450,000. He now becomes our club's record all-time sale. Ranjiro Mashida's gone to Iwate for 7,000, and Yokohama, YSCC Yokohama, have taken Sawakami for 2.1 thousand. We've had a lot of free transfers, as we usually do, but we have brought in Kobayashi for 140,000 and £250,000 spent on Nagi Matsumoto, and there is a couple of Matsumotos in the team, so that's going to get a bit confusing. In terms of the club vision, they want us to attempt to avoid relegation from the J2 League, so that's exactly what we're going to try and do. I think we've got a good enough squad to do it. Be competitive in the All Japan Cup, be competitive in the League Cup, and play attacking football, make the most set pieces, play entertaining football, high tempo football, all that sort of stuff. The board currently look at us as a B, as do the supporters. Everyone is on board, which is lovely to see. Dynamics, team cohesion is average, club atmosphere is good and going up. It was poor. Managerial support is very good and going up. This was poor because of a couple of players that weren't happy, basically. And those players that weren't happy, one of them we've already sold in Mishima for 75,000. And the other one is Kamamura that we're selling for 71,000, just waiting for Reinberg to get that completed. So if we go into the matchday squad, let's go into our first game. We are at home. We're in our new stadium as well, 15,000 capacity stadium. And apparently it's a good pitch, but even though it's a brand new stadium that was built in 2025, apparently it's in poor condition. But 13,843 tickets sold out of the 15,474 capacity. That is incredible, considering last season we were playing on average in front of 1.4 thousand people. The fact that we've gone up just one league and we're now getting 13.8 thousand, I just think that's an amazing leap, quite honestly. Right, there's going to be a lot of different players in this team for you, but we go with Kawata in goal, Matsumoto and Agawa in the wing-back positions, Omori and Pedro in the centre of defence, Kobayashi and the other Matsumoto in the centre of midfield, Martinez and Sandoval out wide, with Takagi and Pufflet up top. Not sure if we're going to stick with Pufflet. I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with him. He didn't really impress me last season. He's had a reasonable pre-season, but I may end up moving Takagi into his position and putting Umeda up top, maybe even giving Miyazaki an opportunity as well. But let's get into the game, and I think what we're going to do actually is we're going to make one change to our substitutes, and that will probably be enough for now. So let's get into it. First game of the season, you're always filled with positivity and optimism at the beginning of the season, aren't you? You know, you think, oh, we can do this, we can do that, and then the reality hits. But hopefully we can get off to a good start. Like I say, we are at home, and look at all them people in our stadium. There is indeed 13,840 people here. We've had the first shot at goal, albeit off target, and I will change the dashboard in a moment, but we have the highlight now. It's Martinez to Kobayashi. Here's Agawa. Oh, our right back has scored. Agawa with his first goal for the club. What a start to his career here at Fukushima United. We're going to just quickly change this and have the not the Fukushima stats, the Fukushima formation. That's the one. We took it off for the last game of the season, basically. But what a start. What a start to life in the J2 League. Their first shot on target in the 10th minute. One of the Matsumoto's with the assist, and we get the next highlight starts in the same position. Keeper makes a bit of a pig's ear of that one. Sendeval gives it to Agawa. He's going to go round the outside, gets across into the box. And Takagi has scored his first of the season. I mean, obviously, pretty much anyone that's scored at the moment is their first goal of the season. But what a start. 21 minutes in. Agawa, who prefers to be a centre-back, we're playing as a right-back, and he's got a goal and assist in the first 21 minutes of his Fukushima career. We have a corner with Matsumoto, puts the ball into the box, and it's headed over the bar. I'm not wanting to get too excited because I'm used to being let down when I do that. But what a start this has been. I mean, to put it into some formation, Kumamoto, well, Pufflet's got an injury, so we bring Umeda on and we swap him into Takagi over. And that's now half time. We played 50 minutes in that first half. Hopefully Pufflet's not out injured for too long. I'm happy with how we've dominated possession so far. Absolutely we have. We have made a slight tweak to the tactic in the fact that we are going positive rather than balanced for this season, see how that goes. We also did make a few changes in taking off pass into space, turning on work ball into box, things like that, just as a way of basically trying to increase the amount of possession we have and getting the shots on target to shots ratio a bit better. And the possession-wise has certainly worked in this game, that's for certain. Right, we've made one substitution already, which is Pufflet. Let's see what we're going to do. So Matsumoto has got a yellow card, but it's more Kobayashi that seems to be the more tired of the two. Sendeval also. I'm just trying to think of who I want to actually bring on. I mean, I certainly don't want to take Agawa off, even though he's on a yellow card. So I think we'll bring Kojima on for him, and Matsushita can come on for Matsumoto. What's he like as a ball-winning midfielder? Yeah, he's fine. He's got 13 for tackling. I mean, that's almost Lionel Messi style levels, really. Not that Lionel Messi plays as a ball-winning midfielder, but yeah, made them a couple of substitutions. See how we get on before we make any more. And time is easing down. We're not getting much by way of highlights, but at the same time, I don't really care. We're winning 2-0. Hunu can come on for Pedro, and Iwabuchi can come on for Sandoval. And this is what I'm liking, is the fact that we can make these substitutions, and I am absolutely confident in these substitutions. I'm not sitting thinking, we're really weakening the team. Yes, we are weakening it, but it's still to a good standard, and we have got a win on the opening game of the season against Kumamoto, 2-0. They only had 2 shots on target. We've got the better XG, better possession, better passes completed. That was the other thing as well, by taking off the pass into space thing. We want to get more passes completed because we were just giving it away far too much. But in the highlights we saw in that game, we looked good. I was very impressed. Well done, Damo. You had a really good transfer special. You're third in the league. Let's just end it there. Let's just go to the playoffs, and that's the end of the season. We don't need to play anymore. We really don't. Right, there you go. Kamamura's on his way out. Pufflet is out for 2 to 3 weeks. Might not be too much of all these debutants. Right, I'll see you for the next game. Okay, so there's been a slight change to the original schedule, basically. If we go to the schedule, we're due to play Akita away from home. We've even got a referee assigned to the game, but that was postponed because Akita had a waterlogged pitch. So it's been moved to the 24th of March, and we now play Shimizu today. Another home game, so the second home game of the season for our first two league games. We then play Tokushima, which is the team that our goalkeeper Kobayashi went to. Is it Kobayashi? Yoshimaru, sorry. And I mean, he's gone there as a reserve goalkeeper. I don't really understand. I mean, he was with us as a number one goalkeeper. He's gone to another team in the same league as us. I mean, it might be because he's got an injury, to be fair. He returns to training in 3 days. We will find out because, like I say, we play them after this one. What I have noticed as well is in the J3 League, you basically just play your games every Saturday or Sunday. It's only if you get like a cup game that you play midweek. But in this J2 League, you do play every 2 or 3 days, which is quite a change from what we had last season. So last season, we never had to worry about player fitnesses or anything like that because they basically had 6 to 7 days off, sometimes 8 days off between games. But this season, we're probably going to have to rotate our team a bit more. So this today will be a good test for us because we do have a couple of injuries that I need to bring you up to speed on. We're getting into the actual match centre itself, so to speak. And Pufflet, as you know, is out because he's picked up an injury. He's out for another potentially 6 days. Essentially, we did have Jada Martinez was also going to be out. He's a left-sided player, Cicada replacement. He is available. He's not quite match sharp, but I think we're going to play him. I really do. We can rest him for a couple of days between games, but that cancelled game in midweek basically means we now get to play Martinez because if we played against Akita, we wouldn't have been able to play him. So we have only one change to this team, and that's Umeda coming in for Pufflet, and we swapped Takagi as the poacher and Umeda in the target forward position. So we have Kawata in goal, Matsumoto in the fullback, Egawa as the right-sided wing-back, Omori and Pedro as the centre-backs, Kobayashi and the other Matsumoto in the centre of midfield with Martinez and Sandoval out wide, Umeda and Takagi up top. Let's get into the game, and if we can win this one, and Shimizu have played 2 games this season, they've drawn 1 and lost 1, so they're not exactly flying at the minute. We've obviously only played the 1 game, and if we, like I say, if we can win this, then that will be the perfect start to the season. The fact that we've won our first game, I'm already happy with the episode because we just need to avoid relegation. And they're getting the first highlight and they scored. Takahashi with the goal for them. They're 1-0 up in the 7th minute of the game. Not an ideal start from us, I've got to say. But they have had like 3 shots at goal, 2 on target in the opening like 10-15 minutes. So they've certainly come out of the blocks flying, Shimizu. But we're coming back into it now. We're getting some shots away. If we can create a decent chance, we have a corner now with Matsumoto. Puts the ball into the box. It's cleared. They're going to be first to it. And they've gone round our player as well. This is going to be a bit of a concern. But we kind of won the ball back before we gave it back to them. And then it goes wide, thankfully. So, yeah, that's concerning. They've got a Takagi of their own. Right, we've got the ball. Here's Matsumoto. Gives it to Martinez. Going down this left-hand side. We've got nearly like 3 players on him at one point. Here's Umeda. To Matsumoto, to Egawa, Sandoval. I am expecting a lot from these wide men. Oh, and Martinez almost got a goal. It was saved by the keeper. It's gone out for a corner. We do play for set pieces. Martinez will take the corner from the right-hand side. Whips it into, wasn't it? Oh, what's going on? So I think there might have been an offside in there somewhere. Either way, it was a free kick to them. But that ball in from Martinez seemed to cause quite a few problems. They have a highlight towards the end of the first half, and it's over the bar, thankfully. So it's still 1-0 to Shimizu. Been a pretty even game, to be fair. We could probably count ourselves unlucky, point finger, I want a much better display in the second half. Absolutely, I do. Right, come on. If we can at least get a draw, if we can get a draw, that will be a very decent episode. If we lose, I'm still relatively happy. But if we win, then that is a fantastic episode. Right, we're going to make a substitution because Jada Martinez is not playing well at all. Maybe we shouldn't have played him after all. So we're going to make a change to them. Pedro is not having a great game, so we'll bring Kojima on for him, but move him there and Agawa here. That's one of the options we have with Agawa being able to play anywhere across the back three. Can we create something? Can we make an opportunity? We're not getting any highlights at the moment. This is a bit of a concern, to be fair. Right, do we bring... What are we doing here? Who's on the 6.5? That's a left back. We don't really have an option of bringing a left back in unless we're going to move Agawa into his third position of the episode. Or of the... Right, bring in Matsushita there, and Miyazaki can come in for Umeda, and we swap them two over. I really do like the fact that I'm making substitutions and I'm not worrying. I'm not thinking, oh, we're weakening this, we're weakening that. And I think that's going to stand us in good stead for the season. And it looks like we are going to lose this game. It's 1-0 still at the moment. But like I said, we're not creating any chances. 3 minutes being added on. The 3 minutes are up. And we've lost against Shimizu, which is disappointing because, like I say, they weren't tearing up trees at the start of this. But we just looked quite inept going forward there, which not particularly happy about that. So we'll just quickly do the press conference to get through that, and then we go and have a look at the table and the schedule and whatever else. And yeah, let's have a look at the table. We're 12th, we're on 3 points. So at least we've got a win under our belt for our first game of the episode, or our first 2 games of the episode. Only 2,000. How have we got such difference? So we've had 13,800 for our first home game, and a second home game we've dropped to 2,100. I don't understand that. Let's have a look at Club Kumamoto. They're not like any sort of rivals or anything. No. I don't understand. I don't know why there's a difference, to be honest. If you've got any idea, let me know in the comments. You're always usually pretty helpful with that kind of thing. So what we'll do is we will play a few games off camera. I'm probably not going to bother with the League Cup, to be honest, because it's not really important to us. So we'll probably come back for something along the lines of Kofu and Emiya. So we've got Kofu who are currently 3rd, Emiya who are currently 18th. We don't need to play Ryuku on camera. We've seen those before. We've also seen Iwaki as well, plenty of times. So yeah, probably come back for Kofu and Emiya in tomorrow's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, all that sort of amazing stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.